take part in the webinar on the topic to all overcoming online learning problems, tools, and techniques. In this pandemic situation, we are all depending on online platforms to enhance our teaching learning experience. We face a lot of hardships each day when we are translating as well as receiving our lectures. So, in this context, webinar is most relevant. So, let us seek the blessings of Almighty before we begin the session. I invite Divya Paul for the prayer.
എങ്ങുമെങ്ങും നിറയും വെളിച്ചമേ എന്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ കൂടിയിരിക്കണമേ എന്റെ പാദം ഇടരാതിരിക്കുവാൻ എന്നിലെന്നും ദയ ചൊരിയണമേ പൂവിലൂറുന്ന പുഞ്ചിരി നീയല്ലോ പുസ്തകം തരം ജ്ഞാനവും നീയല്ലോ പുല്ലുമാടവും പൂവണി മേടയും തുല്യമായി തരും ശക്തിയും നീയല്ലോ കൃഷ്ണനിൽ കണ്ട ഭക്തവാത്സല്യവും ബുദ്ധദേവന്റെ കാരുണ്യശീലവും ക്രിസ്തുവിൻ ത്യാഗബുദ്ധിയും സ്നേഹവും ഭാബുചേതന്ന ഹിംസയും നീയല്ലോ എങ്ങുമെങ്ങും നിറയും വെളിച്ചമേ എന്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ കൂടിയിരിക്കണമേ എന്റെ പാദം ഇടരാതിരിക്കുവാൻ എന്നിലെന്നും ദയ ചൊരിയണമേ.
Thank you, Divya. Now, I would like to invite Sri Prasida V, the principal of Adi Shankara Training College, has to great efforts to organize this seminar, this webinar into the session to welcome everybody to the webinar. Welcome, Prasida ma'am.
Prasida ma'am, you are not audible.
Prasida ma'am, it's not audible.
Ma'am, you join again. Just log out and join again.
Sorry for the interruption. Very shortly she will be joining us. Please regret.
Good morning, all of you. Am I audible?
Am I audible? Yes, sir.
Huh,
Can you hear me? Karpavan, can you hear me?
Yes, miss, you are audible
all
enough.
can hear you, ma'am. Okay. I welcome the principal,
Welcome, ma'am, for the
Please,
welcome speech.
Arabi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Arabi, can...
Yes,
Shall I
miss,
start?
you are audible. Yes, ma'am, you are welcome for the welcome speech.
Okay. Sir, sorry for the delay. Sir, sorry for the delay. Okay. Goodbye, sir, and good morning, everyone. Respected sir, my colleagues and teachers from other institutions, and my coordinator of this webinar, Karpada Miss. I'm very happy that we are organizing the first webinar of our college. The topic of today's webinar is overcoming online learning problems, tools and techniques. Topic is very relevant, great relevant in the present situation. This webinar was coordinated by Mrs. Karpadam, who took immense effort to make it a reality. And students also, Ms. Emmanuel, Paul, Vishnu, that etc. They have contributed to conduct this seminar. Now I am coming to my duty. I'm not wasting time. First of all, I welcome our esteemed resource person, Mrs. Sanjay Kumar Mallick, Principal, SNSVM, Jharkhand. I think you are from sir. You are from Tony's state. Sir, am I correct? Okay. And on behalf of management and Abhishankara family, I welcome you, sir. Next, I welcome the teachers from other institutions and the delegates from other colleges and my colleagues, previous year students, our alumni, and my present students, and also the other those who are from other places. And once again, I welcome all of today's webinar. I hope this webinar will be a great success. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Siddha ma'am, for your warm welcome. So today, we have got an eminent speaker to handle the session. I know you all are eagerly waiting to know more about our resource person. So I invite our dearest Karpaga ma'am, the coordinator of this webinar, to introduce our speaker, Sri Sanjay Kumar Mallick, Principal of SNSVM. Welcome, Karpaga ma'am.
Yeah, very good morning to all the participants. Thanks to management for giving this opportunity to introduce our resource guest, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Mallick, Principal, SNSVM, Jharkhand. Dr. Sanjay, sir, having 30 years experience in the field of education, a great motivator, author of multiple books,
psychologist, and a special need educator. And he is the recipient of numerous awards. Very few to mention here are Rashtriya Shakshik Samman Award of 2016, and then Future 50 Leaders Shaping Success Award 2019. Consequently, third time the best principal of Jharkhand state. Sir also been in the Delhi and Mumbai for the World Educational Summit. And then he is a great involver of all the activity related with education. Today, we are focusing on the spotlight of such visionary educator who transformed his approach towards education through his persistent effort. We welcome you, sir. Now, we are very much eager to hear the session related to the topic, overcoming online learning difficulties, tools and techniques. Please, I welcome you for the great session. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prasida ma'am. Thank you, Karpagam ma'am. And thank you, Arati V madam. I'm really humbled to be here connecting from Jharkhand to Kerala. So pandemic is not bad. Otherwise, I hope nobody would have asked me to come down to Kerala and address the student of training college. So it is a privilege. And I, being a psychologist, I always, very much positive side I look at it. So I found that online has given us a lot of opportunity. Am I audible, everyone?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. So this has given us opportunity to interact without boundaries, managing the distance and everything, and learning new things from every corner of the world. I'm fortunate, thanks to Karpagam ma'am, thanks to Prasida ma'am, giving me this opportunity to interact with the youngsters who want to understand the online teaching, which has now only 3 months old. And God knows how long it will continue. But certainly, if it has to continue for even another 3 months, we should know that what are the difficulties and how we should overcome. Because this is online, may not continue for longer period, because the very basic of education will not be able to achieve what we say. If I say that today people are planning to open the school with maintaining social distance and adopting a lot of measures to avoid COVID, that we don't do in the school education, let me tell you. School education teaches us the teamwork, the togetherness, the helping each other, so on and so forth. So online is a time-being solution to the problem we are facing. In today's session, I'll start with the traditional way of teaching, the methods. We'll try to understand. Prasida ma'am, the audience, or Kapaga ma'am, audience here are the students of your college?
Yes, sir. Students there, other teachers there, and so many other people.
Okay. So this session is particularly two aspects look at. You're the future's teacher and the existing teachers. If they are having any issues, okay, we will definitely discuss about it. This session will not be a one-sided. After I finish, then I will like to have lot of discussion. I like to clarify your doubts, your apprehension towards education, particularly school education. I've been working for quite long and doing a lot of work related to school education. So probably I will be able to help you little bit through this meeting. So let us start with the today's session, that how the teaching process is. Some few things will be repetitive for you, which already you know, but to set the correct context of discussion, I will just discuss, just revise. If you are already aware of all this stuff, is it just revision for you? And then we will come to the point. Can you see this one slide, all of you?
Yes, sir. Presentation is visible.
Okay. So in the traditional classroom setup, what we have, in the traditional setup, we have classroom, but the teachers are there, students are there. And we are having a lot of teaching learning methods, right? So in this context, this what we have been for the ages, but this COVID-19 has forced us to adopt altogether. This classroom definition has changed. What has become now that this classroom is spread over, say, 45 different rooms now. All right. And the students, where we found 45 students, they have become one now, one in your window. Hence, the teaching learning methods are, ma'am? Ma'am, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
You will be, in my firing line, I'll keep asking question, and you have to answer behalf of everyone, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So be ready. Okay, what I'm discussing here is this classroom setup has changed, right, madam?
Yes, certainly, sir.
Okay, so what happened now? The one classroom has gone to the 40 classrooms. So 40 different rooms are operating.
Yeah.
In online scenario, right?
Yes.
And the teaching learning process, what we are adopting, is anyone here who is teaching online?
No, we are not teaching online only, sir. No.
They are teaching online?
Yes. In Kerala, all the schools and colleges going through online, sir.
Online. No, I'm saying in my audience today, is there anyone who is teaching? Then it will become more practical approach. Okay,
Yes,
somebody is saying yes.
Yes,
Anita madam is saying yes. Okay. So, okay, Neha Thomas is saying yes. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know all of you, so I'll keep addressing you, madam and sir. Don't worry about that. That's sir, I'm a student. Okay. You all are teaching fraternity. No harm in calling sir and madam. Right. So, Anita madam, would you like to switch on your microphone and say me that in online teaching, how you're teaching? If you don't mind, right? We are discussing.
Good morning, sir. Good morning,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, please.
I'm teaching through Google Meet.
You're teaching and
through Google Meet. By video calling, and I'm preparing some slides for that, my class.
you're preparing slides and then you're sharing with your students, right?
Yes.
Is that? Okay. Now
Yes,
this
sir.
is what
Yes, sir.
this is what I hope everyone who is teaching or knowing that what is happening in the school education right now is teachers are using this online platform. They are preparing the subject matter and delivering the content to the students, right? As I'm doing now, right?
Yes.
Please observe that how I will deviate, right? So Anita madam, is anybody else is doing something different in online teaching? Anybody else, please?
No, sir. At present, many of them are going with Google Meet only.
Google, I mean, they're teaching,
yes.
no? How they're teaching? Google
Yes,
Meet
yes.
is a platform.
Yeah,
Google
that
Meet
is
is
the
a platform.
platform. They are using the slides, videos through that they are teaching, sir.
Okay, so they are playing some videos which students are watching
Yes.
and the knowledge is being imparted. Apart from that, anything else? Don't
I don't believe
get to
so.
answer. No issue. Gokul sir? Gokul sir, can you say me? Your video is on. Anyone else? Google Classroom is a platform. I have understood that. Jamboard is a platform, right? Okay, group discussion. Okay, so you involved people to discuss something, right? And then through that discussion, you try to impart the knowledge. All right. Okay, flip grid. Fine. I'm saying how you're teaching it, the teaching methods. Teaching method is my concern, because until unless if I don't discuss the teaching methods, what we had been doing, okay, we will not understand what are the problems the students are facing and how to overcome that. Okay, one more question in chat box. Okay, please answer me that how many of you have attended any online courses? That this degree I had attended through online. Please write if you have done it, yes. If not, say no. Okay, George Varghese saying yes. Please answer me. There is some reason behind asking this. How many of you have done any online course in your academic career till date? Online course, some certificate, yes. Shini Razit is saying yes. Yes. Doing, yes. Okay, carry on. I wish to know. There we are having 100, at least 20, 30 answers should come. No. Okay, some are. No. 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 Okay, no. Okay. So, no, only webinars. Okay, that you have attended. No, sir, I'm not physically. Okay, no. So, shall I consider this survey that 90% of us has not done any training or any course, not training, any course which was imparted online, right? Or which was in the electronic form of education, right? This is not online. What we are doing is not online. We are using the electronic platform to share our ideas, right? So what is happening here? If 90% of us has not done any online course, okay, we don't know how the feel when I do an online course. And those the institutes which provides the online courses, how they construct the courses, okay, how they do the assessment. Now what we are doing is we are using a platform whereby I can connect to my class, where I can see them like I am not able to see all my students. Presume that this is a classroom scenario. I can see Gokul sir, Sebastian sir, and others. Rest all cameras are off, right? Had it been a live session, I would have looked to the eyes of every participant. Please note this, that I am missing in this online session. I'm not able to see whether you are present or not. The first thing to be noted. Can everyone switch on camera, please, if you don't mind? Let me see. Please switch on camera, all of you. Okay. Hi, everyone is looking so good. Vasida ma'am, you are having good student, good teachers, coordinator is good. Everyone is so good.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now, this is the classroom scenario, right? And then as a teacher, you please find out how many teachers. There is a constant. I cannot blame teachers that if I keep my video on all the time, okay, my data will be consumed, number one. Number two, I'll project some research data with you that how students enjoy online classes. Okay, you tell me how many of you are thinking, if the moment sir will be boring, I'll switch off camera and I'll push up for some other work. Raise your hand, honestly. I'm a psychologist, okay? So the moment he will become boring, Pasida ma'am will not come to know that whether I'm there or not. I'll switch off camera and I'll move up for some other work. Okay, Joseph John is saying that I will go. Right. Now, students are enjoying online classes in this way. That my teacher will never come to know that whether I'm listening her or him or I'm doing something else. And teacher is having a 30 minutes, 45 minute session. In that, whether he or she will ensure to have an eye-to-eye contact or communication or should teach. Now, in that dilemma, 45 minutes passes. Now, when a student introspects that what I have learned, he or she finds nothing, they have not learned anything because teacher was continuously saying something and I beautifully put off the camera off and I started watching YouTube. These two can go together, no issue, and teacher will never come to know. Now, that is, I'll come back to this discussion again. Okay, that is just I will revise quickly the teaching method we follow. I hope you are a B.Ed student, you are exposed to it. Let us ponder upon this. How it works, does it really helps? And this is how all of us has been groomed. That is why I asked that how many of you have attended online training, right? Online classes, online courses, right? Now we are saying online classes. This is not exactly online classes. We are just connecting and disseminating in the same way as we had been doing for years and ages, right? Let us ponder upon that. Then I'll come back to the online part and then we will discuss the problem and how to overcome that. This is how I will go today. So the first thing is the teaching learning methods, right? And again, I'll catch a Rose. George madam will answer me, right? Please be ready to see my slide and I'll ask some questions to you. Okay, fine. You are, please introduce yourself. Unmute and introduce.
Yes, I'm Rose and I'm working as a teacher in Ernakulam. I'm teaching mathematics.
Oh, wonderful. I clicked the right person. Okay, madam.
Okay.
Teaching learning process, as you are aware, that either it is a teacher-centered or it is a student-centered approach, right?
Okay. Student-centered approach.
True? Either it is a teacher-centered or it is a child-centered.
Child-centered.
In this online, what approach has been followed? What process you as a teacher is following? Teacher-centered or student-centered? Or blended?
Student-centered, I think.
Huh?
Student-centered?
Student-centered. Okay. Now, why student-centered, please? Some more troubling you?
I think because we are teaching, because I'm teaching lower class students, so I think I have to...
Say louder.
Because I'm teaching lower class students, so I think I have to be more student-centered approach to take.
Okay, okay. Very good. Very good. Now, this is one thing which everyone claims by because, at times teacher-centered approach are being discarded in today's scenario. Or people found it is a new way to say no to the teacher-centered approach. Because it is, end of the day, this is the student who is important. If it is not student-centered and if they are not benefited of our teaching, why shall we teach? That is what the school education setup is. So the all are student-centered teaching preferred, right? Now in this, okay, there so many so in the teacher just is a academic discussion. Okay, I'll in that what happens in the teacher-centered? Anybody can answer me? George ma'am, what happened when it is a teacher-centered? Can you say me? When it is a teacher-centered, hello? George Madam, when it is a teacher-centered,
Yes.
what happens in that? When teaching process is teacher-centered,
More
what happens?
focus on teachers.
You portray yourself as a leader,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Because
And you are having the authority.
yes.
Okay.
I'm the
And
leader.
you are,
I'm the one who leads the whole group or class. Can you hear me, sir? Sir,
happens in the teacher-centered methods is a formal authority, is the teachers are the expert, and it is the personal influence in which student learns, right? And this is again academic discussion. Teachers puts a thought on her student. Yeah, very true. In the flipped classroom, it is people say is the high-tech teaching methods. And what happened in that is you have recorded your lectures and on different topics, and you are allowing a student to see it in their own time. It is not the online and students are present and you are delivering the lesson and they are listening and understanding it. In the flipped classroom, what happens is electronic being used where you are sharing your lectures and students are able to see it at their own comfort. That is the first thing. The second thing happens is that you can create, say you're teaching math, right, George ma'am? And you found there are 4 different level of students. So you prepared 4 video for them and you have distributed, which will not be possible to do in the normal or formal classroom setup, reason behind the time constraint. All right. Now, the another interesting part in the formal teaching, apart from flipped classroom, okay, there's one more is teacher-centered method, that is the kinesthetic learning. What it does, it gives you the hands-on learning. It performs the physical activity rather than to listen lectures or watch demonstrations. Mean to say, when we conduct physical education class, when we conduct art class, when we conduct dance class, music class, we don't only give lectures. They actually perform and learn it, right? So that is the kinesthetic approach of teaching. Now, these are the traditional way of teaching. And we have discussed a little bit the advantage and disadvantage of it. Now, when it is a student-centered, what happens to that? Any more? Rasmi Sijit, please switch on your video and answer me. And thank you, Rose George ma'am, okay, for helping me. Now, some more volunteer I want with whom I can discuss. Rasmi Sijit.
Sir.
Madam? Okay, switch on your video, please, and be ready to answer few questions. Okay, comfortable? Okay. My question to you will be, we are very fascinated about the words which is said that it is a child-centric teaching, student-centric teaching. What we do in that? Okay, we are just discussing, right? It is not a knowledge test. Okay, and whatever we do, we are just discussing. It's just helping each other to learn better. So maybe I will learn something good from you. So what do you do in when it is called child-centric?
In child-centered teaching, usually they want more freedom for their expressions, and the playway method is usually we are involving, we are using to conduct a child-centered approach. But in student-centered approach, we are giving activity, we implement some strategies to develop some more talents from the students. That means we are applying some more tactics, some more methods to give some instruction for doing some activities.
Very good. Very good, Rasmi madam. Wonderful. Now let us focus on what so-called the resource person is saying and try to understand, okay, that are we really child-centric, or it is, I say, playway method. Who is making them to play? Who is the authority there?
Teacher.
Teacher.
Yes.
Teacher. So the center point is not lost to the teachers. Teacher is always in the center, right? We call it that it is a child-centric, but let me remain at the center.
Sure.
As a teacher, I cannot go to the periphery and watch you. Okay, I have to be in the center. I'll still rotate to see my 360 degree. Suppose this is the circle, imagine, okay, in the teacher center, teacher is that at center, right? And he or she is, just keeping eyes on 360 degree. Who is dancing? The teacher is dancing. When is the playway method? Okay, he said that fine, you play and learn something. I'm again at the center. And I'm watching that. So what happens is, this is a formal, you're right. When we say student-centered method, is a differentiated instructions, right? It is inquiry-based learning. So you become a facilitators, you become a personal model for them, and you are a delegators. Now I'll spend some few minutes in this to make you understand that how we do it, right? When we say the child-centered, okay, and I said inquiry-based. So I only outline that today, this is the learning objective, we want to do it. So what happened? Let the child ask what they want to learn and how they want to learn. Right? So even you can promote and say that, okay, today's learning, I will not speak a word, right? And you ask question to yourself, you ask question to your peer. So I'm delegating my role to you, right? My end of this class, what I want you to conclude last 10 minutes, that you have learned this. These are the things I want you to learn. It's an inquiry based. The let student ask questions. Now what is happening in the online? Do we have time to ask questions? Rose George ma'am is ready to answer me, right? You know that one thing, Pasida ma'am, please let your student know one very small thing about being a teacher, that when you don't ask questions, okay, that means you don't encourage student to ask questions. A teacher who asks many questions in the meetings, in sessions, they are the teacher who allow student to ask question in the classroom.
Okay, sir. You are doing.
Okay, they should learn.
We are also. We will follow you, sir.
So just keep asking question. I'll keep understanding, visualizing that how you are in the classroom and asking, encouraging to ask question. That is the important thing.
Okay, sir.
Giving answer is a different thing, but can your student ask question? Can you make them to think and ask question? That is the most important thing, right? So in the student-centric, these things are being promoted. Your responsibility is delegated. Okay, your role has been delegated to the student who immediately feels energized and enthusiastic. That, okay, ma'am has said that you are the one who will teach this group. So 5 teachers immediately took over. Okay, And you said that fine, if you are not able to solve, I'm standing here. You can come one after another, I'll solve. But you have to learn from your peer only. That becomes student-centric. You're forcing them. That it is not me only knows. You people also knows very well and can explain. Let me see who can explain best. Right? And this could be that the lesson you taught them. And thereafter, you can say them that fine, I've already explained you, that is the stage 1, you have done wonderful. Now what I want you in the chapter 2, that you learn yourself and then explain class in your group. I will not help you, I will help you after you deliver the class. Now you may ask me, sir, online mein what you are discussing with us? We have learned all this in B.Ed, or maybe learning, or maybe I'm exposed to it. So what is the fun of discussing? Now the fun of discussing is, we being a teacher, what we had been doing for years is very difficult to change. Right? So I'm just trying to recall the things we had been doing so far and what is the need of the hour in this pandemic where the classroom has been substituted by the various platforms. Right? So here some more discussion part. Just a minute. Okay, I have already discussed with you, okay, that what are the platform you are using, right? So you said Google Meet, you said Microsoft Class, okay, Zoom, and some other platforms. Okay, anything else you are using? Please answer. Please answer. John Joe, sir, can you answer me? If you are a teacher, what are the platform?
Yes, sir. Actually, we are using Zoom and WebEx and Google Classroom was the platform. So I'm not really familiar with any other platform which we are using. Okay.
Now there is a two type of platform. One is the customized software provided, but the content even is being prepared by the company itself. You know, the Google Classroom or any other classroom, the company based, which are having their own content. And that is what they say that it is matched with the CBSE, ICSE board or the state board that teachers are using and imparting knowledge. The second one is open platform, as you said, Zoom and others. Okay, what happened in that, you create your own content, right? And what is your experience? I will. Can you say two difficulties you faced or the two advantage you found? Are you teaching online anywhere?
Sir, was that question directed to me?
Are you teaching online?
Yes, I am teaching online.
You're teaching online. Yes. So two advantage and two disadvantage. Quickly.
Well, the disadvantage is that we have the screen to control all the students is very limited, considering only 24 can fit in a screen at a time. The screen gets split otherwise, which is very difficult to see if the students are doing the work properly. If it is a very small class, then that is fine, but that is one disadvantage. Second one, since the class duration is cut short to 30 minutes rather than the regular 40 minutes, we are not given enough time to interact with the students. We have to cut short to the portion fast and get it covered, and everything else is done during or other online methods like using WhatsApp or Google Classroom to send in notes and receive notes from them and get recommendations like that. That is the two disadvantages that I felt. And the advantage on the other hand is that we get to use other materials, like we can use. I personally have used Google Earth. I've used PPT. I've used videos without even having to carry projector and other laptop equipments. Just with my laptop, I'm able to share multimedia and other sort of interaction videos or any other things which they will find it more effective we cannot implement easily in a regular classroom.
Okay. So I have noted on two difficulties. Is one the time constraint and another is the monitoring students.
Yes.
Right? Is there
Yes.
two things? Okay. And Sebastian Joseph Saab, please arrange your camera properly. Okay, visible now. Still have some are online difficulties. Okay, arrange your camera properly. Okay, I'm able to see now your eyes. Okay, some more down. Some more down. No issue if you are not saved or anything like that. Absolutely no issue. Okay, I'm still able to see you 30%. Okay, Joseph sir, what difficulty you find? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, the problem is audio. Audio has little bit problem. Rest of the things is okay, very clear and transparent.
Audio problem with your, I'm asking, are you taking online classes?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So audio problem, that is the technical part.
Yes.
Apart from that,
Nothing else.
nothing else.
Yeah.
Are you really enjoying?
Yes. But
Okay. So what?
Yeah. Please.
What is the enjoyment factor in online classes?
See, basically nowadays I'm basically a criminologist and criminal psychologist, and
Okay.
I'm taking the different types of classes. And
Okay.
now because of the audio issues in the internet, we are taking the classes through the WhatsApp.
Okay.
So it will be a little bit more audible and people can interact very easily. Other than earlier we used to take by Zoom and Google Meet. But nowadays,
Okay.
I don't know if it is a problem in Kerala, I don't know exactly. But it is
Okay.
a problem we are facing in Kerala. So we are taking with the WhatsApp groups. WhatsApp groups, classes are taken through the WhatsApp. So we are enjoying, we are getting a good number of feedback. And say, we are very, you can say after the class, we are just like a friends. So we are very happy with that.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. That's wonderful. I'll charge, not charge. Okay. I'll try to interact with Sandhya Vijay. Madam, can you switch on? Sandhya Vijay, madam? The difficulty is the online class. Okay, had it been a normal class, I would have gone and said, okay, madam, stand up and answer. Okay. Sandhya Vijay, madam, can you switch on? Okay. What is now, I'll quickly, one small thing I'll do is what I was trying to collect information from the teacher perspectives. What difficulty teachers are finding, what advantage teachers are finding. I'll take one more. Ashif, baby, can answer me? Can you answer, please? Or Dalia Davis, if you can answer me, anybody out of these two? Then what problems you are facing, what advantage or disadvantage too? Anything, or anybody in this forum. We are having 90. So 89 are there to answer. I'll be the last person to answer. If you ask my problem, online classes, I'm not able to connect with my students. Right? Why? Because students are hesitant. Why to switch on camera? And initially I said, online classes are best to bunk class. You know, I'll show you that. I have a survey. Right? I worry that, Vasita ma'am, your students are there or they run away. One executive ordered to switch on their camera. Let me see. Or maybe they are taking lunch or something. Okay. Coming to the point is, we say that we are enjoying. We say that there is no problem. We say that students are enjoying. But back of the mind, we are having huge experience of teaching. Okay. We are already a learned setup. And we are immediately switch over from one paradigm to another paradigm. For that, you have not been given enough training for it. How to conduct, how to ensure the learning part, how to ensure that the students are able to enjoy it, how to measure that enjoyment. Now suppose, and how to, if I'm having a frustration, how I shall control it. Those things are not exposed to us, to the teachers' fraternity, I'm saying. And still we have all the, I say the positivity that we are enjoying it. Sometimes it becomes the running away from the reality. Okay? Why? Because why I'm discussing all this? Sanjay Vijay madam, can you switch on this one? Please answer. Or I'm having, Vishnu, you can answer? Are you teaching? Nobody will switch on the camera. They know that moment I switch on camera, sir will catch us.
Yes, sir.
They are running away. Prasida ma'am?
Yes.
Difficulties of online classes. Okay? Compulsory join, give attendance, and then run away.
Yes, sir. Vishnu, can you tell?
Anybody? Vishnu, can you answer me? No.
I think he's.
Acha, yes. Okay. Your audio has come? People click the real-time photo and post it so that you cannot identify it is really somebody is there or is the. Yeah, please. Vishnu,
Can I intervene?
Sir, Varghese sir coming to you. Varghese sir is coming to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Vishnu, please.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. Two advantage, two disadvantage we are discussing.
Good morning. ഇതൊരു ഡിഫറെന്റ് കോഴ്സ് ആണ് ബോഡി ലാംഗ്വേജ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് എനിക്കറിയാം ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ഒരു ടൈമിൽ ഇഷ്ടംപോലെ കോഴ്സ് ഞാനും ഇഷ്ടംപോലെ കോഴ്സുകൾ എല്ലാ ദിവസവും ഞാൻ ഓരോ ടിപ്പ് ഞാൻ ഇന്നലെയാണ് ഈ ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ഫോം ചെയ്തത്. സാധാരണ എന്റെ ട്രെയിനേഴ്സ് ഗ്രൂപ്പ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു ഗ്രൂപ്പാണ് എനിക്ക് ഉള്ളത്. അപ്പൊ ഇതിൽ ഞാൻ ഓരോ ടിപ്പ് ഇടും ഇങ്ങനെ ഓരോ ഫോട്ടോഗ്രാഫ്സ് ഹെൽപ്ഫുൾ ആകേക്കാം. പക്ഷെ കോഴ്സിന് കയറണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കോഴ്സ്
Okay. I was only, it was not disturbance. There's a language I was not able to comprehend. Kapragam madam will explain me later on. Okay, coming to the problem and this one. Anyone, this is a purpose. Shiva Prasad, can you answer me, please? No.
Yes, sir.
Please. Two advantage and disadvantage of online classes. There's a purpose of asking this.
Sir, the major advantage. Yes, sir. Time is the major advantage. You can able to teach the students in different time. One of the major advantage is that one.
That you can teach at any time.
Already mentioned. That means it is not in between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Do you prefer this? Okay, I'll not cross question. I'll come back later on. Second advantage.
Second advantage is we already discussed about it because we can have to deliver PPT without using any projector like devices.
Okay. And this
major disadvantage is actually the network problem. Okay, because many of the students are living in remote areas in our region. Okay, so the network problem is the major issue related to this field.
Okay. Now, in teaching learning, suppose they have reached all government of Kerala has given 4G connections and smartphones, all are there. Do you find any difficulties in that? Suppose technical issues are overcome. Now, actual teacher and student relation. Do you find any difficulties in that?
I felt I already mentioned what are the difficulties I felt in the last few classes. Actually, network problem. I felt many times the network problem in my class because in our region nearly Chelakara. That region is very remote area because there is no network availability in different connection. Okay, so I deliver the class very effectively by using the good network. But the students, they felt much difficulty to hear the class and to watch the class. So such that are the major difficulties I felt in the last few classes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Now this is open. If anybody wants to answer me the two advantage and disadvantage, then I'll go to Aarti Madam.
Last day, I was giving activities to our students. I'm doing school internship with GHS Chengamnada Government School, and I gave them a worksheet in English. But many of the students send me back their works through WhatsApp. I wish if I could correct them properly, because I could find some grammar errors, some spelling mistakes, punctuation marks.
Yes.
It's very difficult for me to correct it. I know they are making mistakes. I told them that there are mistakes. But if I'm going to school and teaching them in a regular basis, I can mark the corrections in their book. I can properly correct them. But now I find it very difficult to correct their mistakes. It's a very, very big problem I face.
Exactly. So this is something has become more complex. Life has become more complex.
Yes, there are students who need personal attention in learning languages.
Exactly.
So,
exactly, and that part is missing.
Yeah, I feel very sad because I couldn't impart my part into them. I wanted to correct them. I wanted to make them write better, but I couldn't do anything. I could just correct it in the WhatsApp and send them back. And I gave audio messages. I sent them messages. There are mistakes in this sentence and all that. But I don't know whether they have acquired what I have said or if they have understood what I have said. But if I was going to school and I'm teaching on a regular basis, I'm sure that I can correct them with 1 or 2 months of training. I think that I can make them write better. But it's not possible in online classrooms.
Exactly. Very true. Very true.
I personally feel so. That's what I have to say. That's a major disadvantage.
Thank you, ma'am. Neha Thomas, madam. I said it is very difficult when someone switch on camera.
Yes, sir.
Can you say two problem if you are teaching?
Yes, sir.
Say please.
One of the problems I one-to-one students.
Okay.
That in our classes, the student may same case learn. For those not able to learn it, if one time, or we want some extra, we should give some extra care, which is not possible through the classes. The one is the network issue. If not having net issue, they may say network issue, I was in or I was not able to see what is presented. So some of them even take use of this reason in order to bunk the class. That is the two disadvantages that I face. And advantage is that we do not have to get ready early and go to school. But even if that is an advantage, but the disadvantage is so worse, it's better to go to school and take one direct class other than the online class.
Okay.
Riya Johnson, please switch your presentation.
Please stop it. Riya Johnson.
Riya Johnson, please switch off your presentation. Riya Johnson, please switch off your presentation.
Okay. Now I'm coming to some of these are the teachers' views so far I was collecting, right? So far, what we had been discussing for last 15-20 minutes, the level of difficulties teachers are facing, the advantage and disadvantage teachers are, as far as the teacher is concerned. Now it is the researched one, okay? And please see that what students are saying about this online classes. whether they're enjoying or not. Can you see my slide? Okay. Somebody should admit, because every time it is coming in the screen. Karpaga ma'am, students are back after lunch, I suppose.
Yeah.
So many were out. Okay. So many were out and they are joining back. Okay, let them join. Okay. Here, what student have to take? This is being surveyed. Okay. And the concluding part is the monotonous student and faculty understanding. Okay. Misunderstanding. It is monotonous student and faculty misunderstanding part is happening in the online classes. Clarity of the board, because it is somehow being carried out. People say that I'm using my laptop and I'm teaching in the board. At the same time, how the student reactions are there, whether I'm covering my own board or something, that the student could never say back to teacher that, ma'am, please move left, right. I'm not able to see. Right? So that is one, no clarity on the board, what the student finds in online class. Okay, the third thing is the student say, not very motivating, it is boring, and generally no one listen. It is not my conclusion part. Okay, no one listens and pretend to listen. This is what has been surveyed and concluded in online classes about the student, student prospects. More information provided because of limited time. So in 30 minutes, teacher want to finish syllabus, and so all are dumped in PPT. When the max PPT says for 30 minutes, okay, I could have only 10 to 12 slides. But in 40 minutes class, okay, teachers are having more than 20 slides in which is a lot of information pumped and it goes to students. So more information because of limited time. Then another thing student feels, which here also, the internet data pack is from our money. So whether I should switch on video, whether I should switch on audio, whether I should mark attend then go off, is what is troubling us. The next set of issues, what the students are saying is, one second. Now these are something has been researched and presented, but we as a teacher, at times we ignore these things. We say that this is something, the testing time, we must learn, otherwise we'll be left behind. With all motivating stuff, we say students, and student always listens us, follow us. And this is what they say, that looking at screen continuously led to headache and eye pain. But they could never say to you, ma'am, I'm feeling little headache. Okay, why? Because this is the 4th class happening. So what shall I do? And teacher feels that, generally the way we scold, that pay attention, otherwise you will be left behind. But child is facing problem. His mobile screen he is holding somehow, and there for 2 hours, he's not feeling like to. This is what child has expressed in survey. Lack of expertise from faculty side in using platform. Right? Now, still I find in online session when I take, the people are not able to unmute themselves. If you're unmuted, it's not able to mute. You ask them to switch on video, still they are looking here and there. This is the condition of our. And so is the students. Students has gone 2 steps ahead. They have found method how to disturb the classes. Right? If you are using Jamboard, they will come and scratch it. Right? So everything, especially the submission of project, compulsion. Teacher don't understand students' problem here. This is what the student is saying. So this is what I was trying to extract from you, that how you teach. Right? In online, if we just do what we have been doing or what we had been doing best, if I have replaced for the online, somewhere this is what students are thinking about us. We say submit your project. We give project in WhatsApp. We give question answer in WhatsApp. We discuss in WhatsApp. And what they miss is the connection part. Where is my teacher? There is somebody is giving me a lot of stuff to do, which I'm not able to do it. Right? What further they are saying, okay, in this same context, again, this is again, as you were saying, for yours difficulties, what students are saying in the same line, that how their device is creating problem, okay, that drains out battery and phones hit up to uses of with the uses of certain apps like Zoom, looking screen continuously led to headache and eye pain. Emotional connect between teacher and student will not be there, hence we cannot concentrate. Right? This is what I was trying to talk to all of you and wanted to discuss. Okay? And now, before I discuss on this, the last part, why they enjoy. Okay, coming to that this is what you should also connect with this. What the student are saying. Will you love to know? What students are saying, why they say that yes, online class is very good? Survey. Zita ma'am, shall I share with you? This will be quite evident because they will also able to acknowledge
Yes,
if they
sir.
have.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is also useful for us.
Okay. And they will, your students should be able to connect it. Okay, that why online class is very good. This has been conducted just that we can be safe. That is how they feel, right? And now here are the few points which is human psychological point. Okay, it is saying it is good for comfortable students. Okay, freedom. In home we get everything. That is why we are enjoying online classes. Right? It saves the traveling time. Only thing I like the flexible timing and place. Keep it on and do your own work. These are the advantage of online classes as far as student is concerned. We are not expected to dress up. Okay, as ma'am was saying that if you force on them, they switch on your camera, ma'am, I'm having network problem and out. No? Now, when I identify these are my problems, this is how the students are looking at me, that these are the advantage. And if I'm not giving this advantage anytime, the moment teacher says switch on your videos, I want to say something, they find that online classes are very boring. Why? Because you're trying to connect with them. And they find it is a breach of our freedom. And then now teacher is saying that switch on your camera and interact. We're doing classes. Why to interact? Right. To the concluding part, what should we do? The question must come. How shall I find? What shall be my teaching? As a teacher, what shall be my role in this pandemic and these online classes? Now, please, these are the last part of it. Then we will discuss. Okay? Please remember. Please remember that these classes are not the replacement of actual school and the classroom. If it is, this is the fact. This is the fact. Or no? Say please. That online classes are not the replacement of school or.
No, sir.
Okay, this is fact. That's not the replacement of school or classroom, the traditional classroom. So, if it is a fact, then your approach of teaching should be different. It should not be what you had been doing in the classroom. Okay, your approach of teaching should be different. First thing, your technique should be different. Now, this is what the solution part. Now, what is not a one solution. Now, suppose I'm saying your approach of teaching should be different in the sense you go to the classroom, you're having a lesson planned in your hand. You're having a syllabus, you know that in this period I have to complete this much. But when it is online, if you go with this frame of mind, perhaps you won't be able to teach. Right? Then your technique should be different. Technique, as I was saying, that if it is I'm guiding you, and then note it down. Somebody's okay. So my technique shall be different. Right? What I had been using for years, let me make little changes. Right? Say, for example, this is just example. You can try it out. Now, if I have to teach tomorrow this chapter, I teach computer science. Okay? So I have to teach a chapter in which we are discussing number systems, say, for example. What I used to do, I will say that we are having class on Friday. I'm requesting you to do these things. Okay? Read this content. When we come back, these are the things I want to hear from you. We want to understand from you. Roll number 3, 5, 20, and 35. Specifically prepare. And this shall be on standby. That you will explain this concept. So the whole technique has been changed. It is not me, only knowledgeable person, who is trying to explain everything. Let them ask, sir, I tried, I understood this much, and I could not. Okay. If anyone among the student can explain, very good. If not, then the teacher should intervene. This is a technique. Right? In online, this will work. Reason behind, they know now they're forced to speak on online classes. So the one concept, what they are saying, that connect is missing. It is, I'm not able to talk to my teacher, will be eliminated. That is one thing. The content shall be presented differently. This is what I was every time asking. That if you say that PPT is the best, PPT is being used, Microsoft has 15 years back, 20 years back, PPT was there. So nothing new has been done in this. So if you don't change, now the whole thing has changed. What has not changed is our approach, our tools, and our techniques. So if you want to make this in the change scenario more effective, then please put some efforts to work on this line. Let my technique be different. Let my presentation different. Right? Now, connect with your students. Properly plan your content. This is something very important. And that shall be, is presented in such a way that students should, feel like a new movie released or going to be released, which they have seen only the trailer. And the trailer is so, attracting that they cannot stop. That is what has become very difficult for us, the teachers, that how shall I be so innovative to attract my students? This is a pandemic situation. This has given us opportunity to do all this. Otherwise, education system was going very well. Okay, let us explore this. This is what is my humble request to all the budding teachers and teachers, right? And the teachers that groom this, right? Connect with your student. This is the most important thing. The 90% responded and said that I miss my teacher. I'm not able to see my teacher and talk to him and look at his or her eyes and do some discussion. Find out ways. If you are able to deliver your 20%, 30% content, it's good. But if you could solve their problem, they will be more receptive to you. Put efforts in that. Content, they can anyway get it. So I don't, suggest that what you're supplying, do the student need those things? Please ask. I see, when I conduct session, I ask teachers. They say that we are delivering content to the students through WhatsApp or through the YouTube videos. Do they really need it? Teaching learning process says that students want to learn what they feel good for them. So first of all, you have to make them this is good for you, and you must learn it. First you try, and thereafter I'm there. But it is having just other way. This is what I feel good for you. Here is my content. You must learn it. And they deny. Now this is the biggest challenge we are facing in online classes. This is what they say, pretend to I'm listening, but they're not listening. You take exam, whatever the best I can do, I'll do it. That's it. Right? Make it more interesting. Let the student be curious. And don't be in a hurry to complete your syllabus. Now, these techniques must be followed while online. Technical issues, please remember, is not in your hand. If the network is not coming, that is what I was asking. That for a hypothetical scenario, that Kerala government has given 4G connection to everyone in free, and the smart device is also free. Will life be comfortable for teaching? Perhaps not. Right? But because we have not focused on this, we are focusing on the technical issues. That is a different area of concern. As far as the teacher is concerned, teaching technique is concerned, the tools is concerned, the method is concerned, we are still relying on the old what we have been practicing for years. So put efforts in that, right? And this will be the last, then I'll keep coming and discussing. Okay, important thing, please note it, right? Let student ask questions and queries, right? Set rules for classes, in the sense, don't copy the previous. Now, it is a new things, set new rules. Thereafter, the two things, that do lot of training and have a lot of peer discussion regularly. That I'm doing this, is it good? What you are doing? It is not that what principal sir has said or madam has said, end of the day, they are not saying principal sir or madam, they are saying you. They're connecting with you, right? So put efforts for that and devise your own ways and means to teach better way. Okay? Ma'am, shall I stop here? Because time is already 11:45.
No problem, sir. Can you hear me?
I am here now. Okay. Reason behind. Now I'll have what I'm trying to. That please ask question. Let me understand what you have understood. And do raise some doubts if you have in this short session, so that we'll be able to follow that, okay, this is what need to be done and this is what shall be avoided. Okay,
Yes,
any
sir.
question, please?
Your words are remarkable and great source of information. So thank you so much, sir, for enriching us with your valuable words. Participants, it's time for us to have a question and answer session. You can ask your doubts, or either you can post your doubts in the chat box. We can have a further discussion about what we have talked so far. Now I request all the participants to post your doubts or to ask your doubts to our resource person, so that we can make it more lively.
My mic is on for answer. Amna, I'm ready to answer your questions. Please find questions.
Hello. Hello,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, Thara.
Hello, sir. I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, when we are teaching in Google Meet, so how a teacher can know whether the child is attending or not?
Child is attending.
When we are teaching in Google Meet, we normally we note about that means when we are teaching in, so if it is a huge if there is huge people, a lot of people, it is not possible to call upon everyone's name. So how can
now
we know
the
whether
fault
they are
is,
listening or not?
So what I feel, the planning part is wrong. in the sense, when you are having a huge class, this is what, one second. One second, I'll come to different mode. Okay. Now, suppose if you're having this is what need to understand everyone in the leading position. We cannot say two things together. Head is mine, tail is also mine. Cannot be. So when you say that I want to teach effectively, and my class strength is 80, this is the two mutually conflicting statement, right? Even if it is, and if you say that I have been given 1 hour lecture sessions, again it is mutually conflicting statement, in the sense you want to make your class interesting, you want your student to give 200%, and you want a strength at 80 and time is 3 hours, just not possible. So what do you have to plan? The class strength shall not go more than 30 to 40. Now suppose I am able to say screen here 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 20. 20 screen I am able to see. Here the faces, right? And if I scroll the screen, I'll be able to see more. So keep your class strength. If it is possible, take 2 class, but don't entertain more than 30. If you really want to be effective, first thing. The second thing is, no student, again the psychology, ma'am will be able to acknowledge it. No matter how interesting it is, okay, beyond 30 minutes, any lecture session cannot sustain. Max, it can go for 35 minutes to 40 minutes. Thereafter, people lose attention. You please ask a Bollywood director, they will tell you how to engage 3 hours. Otherwise, the movie they make, if you pay attention, how they move the sequence so that that audience remains attentive. If it is not, movie is flopped. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Do you agree with this? So you have to make it interesting. For that, you need 2 things: the small time slot and small strength. And that your school leader need to be focused on this, that what I'm expecting and what I'm giving inputs, right? So if you find difficulties, do discuss this thing. That it is not possible to teach effectively high number of students and the longer hours of class. All right? Okay.
So we have another query about how far this online teaching is effective for students with special needs. We know that there are students with special needs. How far this online teaching is?
I'll tell you. See, the special need child, their senses are different, right? If what level of difficulties they have, what is their disabilities, is very difficult to understand from here. But what I know as a special need educators, they're having multi-organ sensors, right? If they're not able to see you or speak to you or not able to remember you, there are different senses which works. That will not be possible through online. This is something is online classes are I just said is a replacement so that we don't become a psychological patient, right? And we remain engaged. When the COVID gets over, we are back to with a little healthy mind. That is how the people have thought about it. So when it is a special education part, okay, I can only say if you can take out your time one after another. Please remember that 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Student, you should interact, not more than that, so that you are able to give time. Special need students need time. First thing, please understand. Irrespective of the difficulties they have, they need time and your physical presence. Why? Because they understand that radiation from you about your love, right? That they need. Now, online not providing that until unless very emergency, out for them. It will become little difficult for them. I know few people are professing it, that why they shall be left. But their teaching, learning requirement is different. Their teaching requirement is different. Online cannot be substitute for all, right? This mindset also we have to change. We can try, but as far as the effectiveness is concerned, okay, this is not the platform, perhaps. Okay. Thank you. How should I support the student with emotional and behavioral disorder in online environment? This is what I was saying, you set rules, right? And plus, if it is a disorder, what you are stating is emotional and behavioral disorder, this becomes the out of the jurisdiction of a normal teacher. Teachers won't be able to handle the disorders if it is a established one. Okay, for that you need to take help from the psychologist or those professionals who will be able to handle. Here the teacher is having maximum tool to control them, to plead that keep quiet. Okay, otherwise I'll throw you out of the class. I mean, I will disable you. Nothing beyond you can do. If they're able to approach to you and talk to you, and if you have some solutions by which they will amend, then only take efforts to do that.
So, thank you very much, sir. I feel, thank you very much, sir. Anyhow, today's session, if we see, means even the starting point, we went for discussion and then we went for learning about to overcome the learning difficulties. That itself an example for us that how to teach. First discussion, that content we want to give for the students, and then they want to make it over themselves and they are coming for discussion and learning from us, means it will be very easier for them to know about. During this pandemic period, we know that difficulties are there. We are first-hand learners, teachers, so many problems will be there. And now we don't have that much time to discuss more about that. One more session we will be having. So thank you very much, sir, for all your for all the things what you have told now. So it's very nice to hear, and all of our students, teachers will be very much eligible to hear all these things. I feel that, and I feel all Aarti will be calling Paul for Thanksgiving. Please, Aarti.
So with this, we are moving to the end of our session. Before we wind up, a gentle reminder to all, the link for the feedback form will be available in the chat box. Please do fill it properly to receive your certificates. Right away, I would like to invite Mr. Paul Shaju, student of Adi Shankara Training College, for the vote of thanks. Welcome, Paul.
Technology will not replace great teachers, but technology in the hands of great teachers can be transformational. George Couros. Good afternoon. As all good things comes to an end in life, so is the seminar. On the behalf of Adi Shankara Training College, I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks for all those who have directly and indirectly contributed to the seminar on the topic overcoming online learning problems, tools and techniques. First of all, I extend my most sincere thanks to the God Almighty for making everything proper and a great success. A big thank you to our chief guest and resource person, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Mallick. Your words have given us a great insight on the topic.
Paul, please switch on your camera.
Okay.
So your words have given us a great insight on the topic, and we are really enlightened by your knowledge and your presence. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our principal, Karpaga ma'am, Principal Prasida ma'am, and coordinator Karpaga ma'am, and all teachers and students and the entire ASTC family for their immense efforts in conducting this innovative and interactive webinar. My heartfelt thanks to all the participants who are attending the webinar through Google Meet and YouTube, and I thank for their active support and the participation throughout the seminar. Once again, I thank each one of you for making this online event a great success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paul. Once again, I would like to thank each and everyone for your presence and making the webinar a successful one. So we are winding up our webinar. Let's meet again next time with another webinar. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you and have a nice day.
Bye, 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 bye. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
so much.
Kapaka ma'am. Thank you, teachers.
Informative.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
sir.
George man, thank you. I troubled you a lot.
Thank you, sir. Nice meeting you.
Thank you, sir.
The last slide I shared this one. This is my just a minute. I'm living with my numbers. If anywhere I could be helpful to you, I'm giving my email. You can reach to me for any further clarification anytime.
Students, please
Thank you, Pasita ma'am. Thank you, Kapraka ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, students. Let us learn together. God bless you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Friends, please
all the
fill the Google form.
For your session.
Please fill the feedback. And we will send the e-certificate.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, your students also participated in this seminar.
Pasita ma'am,
Your
just
students
share
also.
with me how the feedback was.
Yes, I will. Sure, sir. I will send the feedback, and it is nice class, sir. Your students also joined in this group, in this class. Your students.
Second?
Your students also joined. No.
No, they were not. They are not here. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Can I leave, madam, now?
What's that?
Can I leave now?
Huh?
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Sir.
Thank you.
Say, please.
No, sir. You can leave, sir. I will call you, sir.
I will go.
Okay. സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് ഈ സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഫോം ഫില്ല് ചെയ്യണം കേട്ടോ. എല്ലാ കുട്ടികളും ഫില്ല് ചെയ്യാം, എന്നാൽ മാത്രമേ 2 ദിവസത്തിനുള്ളിൽ ഈ സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റ് അയക്കാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. എല്ലാവരും ഓക്കെ.
മിസ് ഇത് കഴിഞ്ഞില്ലേ മിസ്? ഇനിയുണ്ടോ? ലീവ് ചെയ്യാമോ?